put it, but I was trying to help him out. I was trying to help him out, and even ChatGPT said he was wrong. Um, this goes into what this guy was also saying about asking me that there should be a law for. Um, described to me the story of a trans woman who did not disclose the fact that she was trans and ended up hooking up with a 17-year-old boy. I guess I imagine I don't know her age, but they made it seem like she was a grown woman, so I'm taking that face value. It was a grown trans woman, 17-year-old boy, and she gave him head. He found out she was trans, shot and killed her, came back and shot her body up even more, unloaded a whole clip, and then he was defending him, saying that he was mentally distraught and all this other stuff, and he was raped. How did I feel? Don't you think that we need laws on the books to protect people like him? Uh-huh.
That law already exists. It happened in a case in San Francisco where the same thing happened. A trans girl didn't disclose she was trans. She messed around with the guys, whatever, and then they invited her to a party. They set her up. They all raped her. Then they killed her. Then they raped her again. And then they drove like across California with her body. And then they dumped it somewhere in the woods. And they still don't know to this day how they like covered her body, but they got a boulder on her body. And they made a whole movie about this and everything. And so on the trial for those men that killed that girl, they introduced something called the gay defense, the gay panic defense. And it's for when you are coerced to do something that they consider a gay act without your consent. So a trans woman not disclosing she's trans. So that law that that person was looking for and wanting already exists.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. It's something we're all learning. And it was a lesbian woman who came onto the panel when she heard this, and she said, "What about shouldn't we just have a catfish law for when anybody goes and meets someone and they're not who they say they are? Because there's plenty of guys out here talking about their Morris chestnut." And then as soon as the woman gets there, he trying to fuck her for $60, telling her dick is dick. So I was like, that's pretty fair. And he's like, that's not an issue. Well, we had a whole show based around catfish. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? But that's not how people think. They like to think within their own little box. But yeah, I'm looking at it now. That's ridiculous.
You know what
Um,
you know what I find interesting is how they defend the killers of people who I guess don't disclose that information about themselves. Yet we still see the men who've infected plenty of females with STDs walking around alive and well and unharmed. And I think that's more detrimental than someone not disclosing that they're trans, because that's a situation where you can walk away from. Um, but stuff that you catch and you keep is not something you can walk away from. And what I don't hear, oftentimes when we have conversations, especially around Black panels, is conversations about, like you said, affirmative action, the removal of affirmative action, or the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I don't see a lot of talk about these things that are actually affecting people, but there's this concern and this fear around trans people not disclosing, when really the issue is men men feeling entitled and feeling like they can get away with killing trans people and using they didn't disclose that as an excuse. That law can be abused in so many ways. So what happens is it basically fosters the DL lifestyle even further, so that when men feel that they're going to be outed, they can easily say she tricked me and I panicked and I killed her to avoid getting outed. That can easily
That's
be
true.
abused.
That is very true.
There are real pressing issues that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and it's so concerning to me. but there's this focus on trans people and rights, which are basically human rights that trans people are being awarded. And when people say, "Oh, I feel like they're having more rights than me," I think back to like how white people feel when black people were getting the ability to vote and do certain things. It's the same type of concept. I don't see you as an equal, so I don't want you getting anything. You should always be below me. And even if you're getting the same rights as me, it makes me nervous. So that's exactly what's happening when it comes to trans people in the cis community.
Yeah, that's
She
facts.
ate that. She ate that up.
What's up, Pink? And also though that interaction you had with Shine and all that, I recorded that as well. I think I recorded the part where you guys, I just haven't gotten. What's up, Fink? We're
Hey,
doing good. Just having a
Anything.
discussion. I think I don't know if that part when I remember that when she said, "Yeah, you don't have TS in front of your name. That's how I know you tricky niggas." When she said that, I think it is in there, but I'm gonna have to go back and see because
Let
I
me
haven't gotten to it yet to upload it.
I can tell you the history, a little snippet of why Shine is the way she is towards me. When the
You
panel
stole
I
her
talked
niggas.
about, the panel I talked about when I said that I disclosed that I was trans in the comments and on camera, she was in that panel. And she felt, and she told me, this is her straight out her mouth. She said, "I don't know why he had you on that panel and you're a whole man and I'm a female and he wouldn't let me cam up, but he let you stay on the panel." And she
Wait,
was so
not to
bitter.
interrupt.
And
You are not trans. Are you serious?
yeah, that's right.
What? Okay, I just was you looking good, but okay, I'm gonna let you continue.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god! The good thing
she
Nubia
was
didn't hear that. She would start a whole conversation off of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm screaming.
she was so she was so taken back by that, and she felt so slighted because she said, "You're not even a real woman. He should have never had you up there, and he would have let me came up, and I'm a real woman." And I feel like ever since that situation, she's been so jaded by me. But she loves coming on my panels for some reason, and she loves telling people I'm trans. I don't know what it does for her, especially at her big age, but it probably makes her feel better about herself. I don't know. That really hurt her. But I'm like, this man don't pay not a bill for you. Why the fuck do you care who he keeps on his panel? Not a bill. He don't do nothing for you. He don't even look at your direction.
Yeah, it goes into attraction, like what Adonis was saying in the comments. It's jealousy, and it shouldn't really be there because that lets that man know that she's attracted to him, and so um, that's something that men in the way we look for. So if you're not feeling him, it gives him a sense if she's feeling him, and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, that's what that goes into. Well, welcome, Pink. Coming towards the end. You have any questions you would like to ask the ladies or anything you'd like to contribute? This event is basically was based around the LGBT, in particular, trans women's experience, how they feel about their LGBT community, as well as the broader Black community in general.
Um, I don't really have nothing to say. Like I said, number 5 is beautiful. I didn't really get to chit chat with everybody else, but it's already enough like black natural born females that are like against each other competing instead of getting together and exceeding. And I thought that, like the trans community,
Trans me,
what used to be
what used to be
portrayed
portrayed
was like that community had each other's back, stuck together. But all I see nowadays is trans women against trans women, like tearing them down because, one looks a different certain type of way or one believes this way. It's just like no unity at all. Like whether you're a natural born woman or you're a trans woman, there's no unity.
Hey, Pink. I think you're
Yeah.
having an echo. You might need to drop down, come back up. Let me make sure
Okay.
the rest is on.
Am I still echoing?
Is it the same? Okay, it sounds good. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying that like I don't see any unity in like a natural born woman. Like I don't see unity within that group. I don't see unity within the trans women. But it's like I'm a natural born woman and I've sat on plenty of trans women's panels and I didn't feel out of place. I was trolled like a week or so ago by a trans woman and she was like just talking shit to me because I was a natural born woman. I'm like, I'm confused because you're a trans woman, but because I'm a natural born woman, you got an issue? Like what the fuck? Like enlighten me. Like I don't get it. But I just feel like it's a lot of segregation no matter what you are, trans man, trans woman. It's at this point, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, ain't you can't win for losing. So I don't
So,
know. It's just, I don't know.
so think about how much knowledge you've gained, and that's why I wanted more people to come because they like to stay in their little boxes. They want to stay closed off, but how are they truly say that they are wise men or women if they don't take the risk of something coming at them to destroy the way they see things, their preconceived notions? It's all about sharpening swords, and bettering yourself. What up, Asian? And think about, like you said, the division. A lot of people who are in the straight community we never think about the division with the LGBT, with regards to trans, and hey, we're getting on this app. I never thought the same either. Like, okay, there's really division on this app within the trans and other groups of people. Um, yeah, my question to you is how do you see a man who he likes you and you find out he's attracted to trans women? How do you see those men?
I don't see.
Good. Honest.
I don't. Am I echoing again? Am I still echoing?
I
Okay.
don't hear anything. You good?
I don't see it as anything like if I was attracted to a man that I, assumed was straight, um, and later found out he was attracted to trans women, I would feel some type of way. But if I was attracted to someone and then we get to, sit down and converse, have a conversation, and he let me in on that he's attracted to trans women. All right. I then have the decision. I then have the decision to choose if I want to continue, pursuing that man, or if I'm like, okay, well, we could just be, cool. We can be, we can be buddies. But if they're attracted to trans women, I don't think they would be attracted to me because I wasn't, born a man and then transitioned to a woman. So I don't think I would be insecure about that because, like I said, they're attracted to, um, a trans woman, someone that, transitioned into a woman. So that's how I feel
So,
about it.
so if you were
But
feeling him and
I got a
everything, and he
question.
was
I
like,
got a
hey,
question though.
oh yeah, go ahead,
I got a
Adrian.
question. I got a question about that. So if it is a straight man, if it is a straight man,
What?
and they date women and they identify trans women as women, then like like, I feel that trans women are women. I date women and trans women, and I identify trans women as women. So would
I
how
know.
how would you not be able to, I guess, be in a relationship with a guy who dates women, whether it's, all different types of women, shapes,
She explained it.
colors.
She explained it, Asian. She said she believes that a man who is attracted to trans women would only be attracted to someone who was born male and transition into a woman. She thinks they fall for the transition, not the woman.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, okay. I got you. I got you.
But I
Yeah,
think
but
what
I
Asian
do look at them as women as well because you know what scientifically sets us apart from male to female is our boobs and our vagina. So a trans woman that has boobs and now a vagina is considered a woman in my eyes as well. I just feel if they're like,
well, what if she
they
doesn't
have a
have a
big
vagina?
attraction. If she doesn't,
Have
because
a
this
vagina.
would be knowledge to me because I have a real question. So a trans woman, they could still have a penis. Or I thought a trans woman was someone that transitioned fully, had the bottom surgery done, the top
That's
surgery.
a
No.
So
that's a
there's
transsexual.
pre-op
That
transsexuals and post-op transsexuals.
so a transsexual is someone who transitions sexually. A transgender is someone who transitions
Right.
their gender.
Right. But I mean,
It's
as
not
far as
about
like being
pre-op and
considered a
post-op because some
trans
trans women don't
woman,
want any surgery at all.
but as far as being a trans woman, would they be considered a trans woman if they still have the penis, but they have
Bo-
boobs?
Both are trans women. Both are.
Yeah, it's still trans women. Like trans women
In
become
some
trans
in
women
See,
some
that's what
states,
when
confuses me.
they
like my
Hello,
ex, my
I'm
ex,
Samim
I live
hold
in
from
on,
Texas,
another
Bangladesh.
eight.
and my ex
So
was able to get her gender marker changed to a female, and she's never had any surgery.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead. Hey, Lika, you got a gun? Okay, you got okay.
Okay.
Thank.
See, I thought that, like a trans woman would be, where they completely transition over with, female identifying parts. But I mean, I'm
that's a
learning stuff. So.
that's a transsexual woman.
Okay, so a transsexual woman has, male
The bottom
parts and female
surgery.
parts.
Yeah, because
Wait.
they did the full transition. You have to learn the
Okay, so a
difference between a
transsexual woman.
transgender and a transsexual.
Okay, so transsexual woman would be the woman that had all the parts changed to female parts,
I,
right? The
I
sexual
think I'm right. I
parts.
think I'm right. I don't know. Box five said right.
Okay. And then transgender
That
woman
is
would
still
be
that's
Women
thoughts in the
who still
mind.
have her. No.
okay.
So both
It's
to be
levels to
trans.
this.
No. A trans woman who's a transsexual and a transgender are on the same level. They're both trans women. It's just that the
Right.
transsexual had maybe more gender dysphoria with her genitalia, and she wanted to get SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery. To be a trans person means that you have gender dysphoria, something that you've had all your life. You never identified with being a man. And even if you did, it was a facade because that is what society expected of you based off your
Right.
genitalia. So when someone is trans, they have always struggled with feeling like either a man or a woman on the inside, but on the outside, it's not matching. And the scientists have done research with the brain waves of trans women before surgeries, before hormones, and these trans women's brain waves match that of a biological female. It's something that happens when a fetus is in a woman's womb. They are exposed to either too much high levels of estrogen or vice versa, too many high levels of testosterone. Oh, someone's got an echo. Um, Or is it gone? Okay. Or the chemicals. Where's that echo? Is it me? Is it Adonis?
Yeah, you good? Is it still
Yeah,
there?
this I think it's Adonis.
Okay.
Okay, here you go.
Wait. Or maybe it's
Is it gone?
Sage. Okay, you're right. She ate that. Okay. Or the chemicals that the female either is around, exposed to, or ingests. This is how we have gay people, bi people. People are born this way. It's never a choice. So, when a straight man is walking up and he sees pink and he sees dark